हेलो एंड वेलकम टू मिस्टर क्रिकेट यूए और आप देख रहे हैं एक ऐसा शो जहां पर हम अपने दो फैंस के साथ बैठे हैं फॉर आरसीबी वर्सेस एसआरएच का जो मैच हुआ एंड दैट वाज क्वाइट एन इंटरेस्टिंग मैच बिकॉज हमने देखा कि आज 200 का एक ऐसा टारगेट जो सेफ नहीं था चेन्नई स्वामी में, और सेफ तो छोड़ो कितनी जल्दी चेज हुआ है। आज तक आईपीएल में 200 प्लस स्कोर को इतनी जल्दी चेज होते हुए नहीं देखा गया है, बट आरसीबी मेड इट। आई मीन हु एल्स टीम, बट एट द सेम टाइम इन फ्रंट ऑफ एसआरएच जो अपने 300 अलर्ट के लिए फेमस थे। आई हैव विद मी वरुण। वरुण, आर यू डिसअपॉइंटेड इन अ वे और आर यू हैप्पी विद द टीम क्योंकि वो 200 तो एटलीस्ट क्रॉस कर गए?
I think the last time I've joined the stream as well, I've told you guys 300 is a very unlucky number for both Team India and SRH. And I think when Star Sports or the fans really hype up that number, something falters instantly for both the sides. But just talking about Sunrise in general, I don't think it's something that we as fans didn't expect. I think after looking at the kind of bowling that we do have the names, right? See, there might be experienced names from the IPL's perspective, but where is the variations and where is the other sorts of types of bowlers that you do need? Because now you have Harshal, Unadkat, David Payne, all these types of bowlers, even Ishan Malinga, are pretty one-dimensional in a sense that they only focus more on the slower cutters rather than focus on anything else, and that's their stock balls. And when most of your paces are focused on one dimension, it's not going to work out at the end of the day. So it was disappointing as a fan, but this should be again a learning moment. Still the first game. Good that we lost a game like this, so then at least the bowling will know what they have to improve on at the end of the day.
You know, Varun, I think since SRH ने जब से अपनी टीम बनाई थी उसके बाद से there was one question that they have made their batting look very very aggressive, but at the same time जितने runs वो बना सकते हैं, SRH की bowling has that capacity to really give those many runs, और आज हमने वो देखा भी because 200 is not a small score. और I'm just trying to be respectful towards SRH bowling because आपका जो main bowler है that is Jaydev Unadkat and David Payne for you guys. So I feel like there has to be some brain put because अगर Pat Cummins नहीं है, bowling should not be looking this average, but it looked today. Yeah. Do you feel कि ये नहीं होना चाहिए था? Auction table उसको sort कर लेना चाहिए था?
I think Varun Aaron had completely different plans this time around. I think even if there was much experience in the mini auctions, he had a certain plan where he wanted players from an MRF academy where he really coached for the last 1 to 2 years. And he wanted players from his Jharkhand academies and everything. So he wanted a lot of raw pace talent, but it's not being used, at least in the first game for now. I'm not expecting them to be part of the lineup anytime soon, but I think it's a mistake the team has made. I've said this after the auction as well in a SRH fan page interview as well, saying, yeah, this is not going to work out. This bowling lineup is too raw, too inexperienced, and somewhere down the line, you're going to have to figure out what is faltering. And I don't think Varun Aaron is at that stage just yet, because when I've seen a few of his interviews, he has been saying these guys have been doing so well in the nets. Just wait and see in the season. They're going to do so well, but we haven't seen many glimpses of them just yet. And there's not much to say anymore, to be very honest.
Yeah, we have been joined by our very own Mr. Cricket UAE. Sir, how's the situation there? I think you are in Mumbai right now, and you must be seeing the environment there. But आज चेन्नई स्वामी में तो कुछ गजब ही देखने को लग गया। 200 का स्कोर भी बिल्कुल भी सेफ नहीं लगा। Even इतनी जल्दी उन्होंने चेस डाउन कर लिया। How do you see that?
Well, Rajsi, the reason I joined the show is because I wanted to give my feedback about it, even though I did not follow the match so much. But I know 200 in a T20 is always a good score. But I could hear Varun talking about the bowling attack. But even RCB would have found difficult to chase on this belter of a wicket. This is what I look at it.
Okay, that's great. Jitin, would like to ask you, how do you see that SRH bowling attack and also the way RCB gone onto them? How do you see that?
आई थिंक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मीडियोकर फील्डिंग था स्टार्ट में, जब ईशान किशन ने आई थिंक 3 या 4 ऐसा 22 दे दिया था और 4 रन के लिए था, और मुझे ऐसा एक एनर्जी नहीं दिख रही थी कुछ फील्ड में, या कि देयर इज अ बॉलिंग अटैक 200 का स्कोर है। आई नो आरसीबी का ग्राउंड छोटा है और चेज हो जाता है, बट एक एनर्जी रहता है बॉलिंग यूनिट में। हु इज गोना लीड द बॉलिंग अटैक? इज दिस उनाडकट और इज दिस द न्यू गाय पेन? सो आई जस्ट फेल दैट इफ थोड़ा मतलब अगर गुनाट डॉट इतने साल से एक्सपीरियंस बॉलर है, तो यू नो लाइन ऑन लाइन, और ईशान मलिंगा ने बहुत लेंथ बॉलिंग की, बहुत ही आगे बॉलिंग की, 2 या 3 छक्के तो मैंने खुद देखे, मतलब उन्होंने जस्ट पिकअप किया एंड इट वाज गॉन फॉर अ 6. सो मे बी एक बॉलिंग फिर से इन लोगों को बैठना पड़ेगा कि क्या एक स्ट्रेटेजी हमारी रह सकती है. Too many slower balls, as Varun said, too many slower balls, and it was predictable.
एब्सोल्युटली, और आई थिंक ये तो चिन्ना स्वामी का ग्राउंड था, तो फिर चल एक बार को जो हमने
Yeah.
देखा, बट अगर आप दूसरे किसी ग्राउंड्स पर जाएंगे वहां पर भी आपको उतनी ही मार पड़ सकती है. एंड आई डोंट नो कि अभी चिन्ना स्वामी के नाम पे फिर भी इस तरह का बॉलिंग अटैक या इस तरह की बॉलिंग परफॉर्मेंस एक बार को जायज मानी जा सकती है बिकॉज ऑफ द पिच. बट कहीं ऐसी पिच पर एसआरएच की बॉलिंग का एक्सपोजर हुआ जहां पर सपोर्ट मिल रहा था, बट स्टिल वो उसको कैरी फॉरवर्ड नहीं कर पाए. बट वरुण, वी हैव टू गिव इट टू ईशान किशन व्हाट ही हैज डन टुडे फॉर द टीम, बिकॉज इनिशियली लग रहा था कि 150 का मार्क भी क्लोज करना उनके लिए डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा, बट ईशान किशन डिड इट फॉर यू.
I think it's the sense of game, right? Again, I think Sunrisers finally went in with a plan B. That's what they did last season for the last 3 or 4 games. It's always good to have a sense of responsibility, especially for Ishan Kishan. After he had not such a great season, and then having that captain weight on his shoulders, I think he's done pretty well there. But unfortunately, due to his lazy wicket keeping, I think a lot of fans are forgetting about the fact that he has scored an 80. That's really overshadowed. You know, negatives
Yeah.
always usually overshadow the positives, and that's what happened to Ishan Kishan. But if you really have a plan B, like how Ishan Klassen were batting in the middle with a 97-run partnership, you don't need to, be too reckless when you lost your whole top order. Like Nitish Kumar Reddy, that guy is literally never learning a lot. I've been seeing him since 24. He's making the same mistakes over and over again. But it's good from Ishan, Klassen, and Aniket in the middle overs. But the negative overshadows the positives at the end of the day for Ishan.
सर, क्या मुझे नहीं पता आपको कितना टाइम मिला ये मैच देखने का, बट क्या आपने ईशान किशन की इनिंग्स देखी? आई फेल्ट लाइक T20 वर्ल्ड कप जब से उन्होंने छोड़ा है, ही हैज बीन कंटिन्यूइंग द सेम फॉर्म. सर म्यूट पे आप, सॉरी.
Yeah. What I want to tell Rajsi, okay, when you play at a belter of a ground like a Chinnaswamy ground, you need a start which can sustain till the end. Because when you lose 3 wickets in the power play, you lose that momentum which could not be built. Also, thanks to Kishan and Klassen that they made, and then Aniket finished it well. But if you want to outbat an opposition, I've always believed you blame the bowling attack. But I would say RCB won the game in the power play when Hyderabad was batting. Rather than blaming their bowling, the first 3 top batsmen, whether it is Travis Head, you're talking about Abhishek Sharma, and I don't like the Indian batsman coming at number 5. I said that before also. He's totally not a player for number 5. I know whom I'm talking about. The Indian all-rounder whom we compared to Pandya. Anyway, I just want to say one thing. If you want to win matches in small grounds on belter, you can bat the opposition by scoring 250, which India did during the World Cup. Yes, we had Bumrah, but 250 is not every day you can chase. Anyway, I'll take leave out of it. You continue with the show because यहाँ पे मैं बहुत sure and I need to move out of it. So you all continue, okay?
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Bye-bye.
sure. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.
Thank you.
But just one more point, I do agree with Ajin sir on that point where I think it's due to the batting that this team has lost. I think obviously we can't blame much on the bowling because of the type of quality that this team has, but the top order really needs to have more sense of responsibility up at the top. RCB's bowling and fielding was absolutely exquisite. I think their fielding really stopped around 20 to 25 runs on the field easily. I think that would have made such a huge difference at the end of the day for Sunrisers. Abhishek Sharma, he was pretty. I think Abhishek Sharma is the biggest key in that team. I think once he starts to get going, he would. But I just felt like if Sunrisers had a bowler like Bryden Cass, like Jacob Duffy, who can use that pitch and extract that extra bounce like Jacob Duffy did, that would have been nice. And that's where Abhishek Sharma really got faltered and gave away his wicket. I think that would have just tricked the RCB batsman a bit.
Right, absolutely. Jiren, what do you think about what Varun has said?
आई थिंक अभिषेक शर्मा को उन्होंने ना ऐसा क्रैम्प कर दिया जैसे वर्ल्ड कप में भी था, ज्यादा रूम नहीं दिया इस बार, और वो लोग प्लानिंग करके आए थे भूवी एंड ऑल द बॉलिंग लाइनअप कि उसको इतना मतलब रूम नहीं देना है मारने के लिए, सो दे जस्ट क्रैम्प्ड हिम देयर. And I agree, Nitish Reddy has to perform now. He's been with SRH with more than 3 years, more than 3 years now. So you don't have Pat Cummins, you don't have any, experienced person to take the batting on. So Nitish Reddy, who has played test matches and who is I think a reserve player, substitute for Hardik Pandya or anyone else. So, as an all-round, I'm saying. So he has to take more responsibility. एंड या आई थिंक अभी आरसीबी में आप देखे रजत पाटीदार का जो फॉर्म था, देयर वाज अ बिग क्वेश्चन मार्क ऑन हिज फॉर्म एंड द वे ही प्लेड टुडे, काफी कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा उसको आज.
चलिए अब बात करते हैं इसी बात पे, विराट कोहली द काइंड ऑफ इनिंग्स ही हैज प्लेड एंड ऑब्वियसली देवदत्त पडिक्कल ने भी जो करके दिखाया आरसीबी के एंड से. Whenever we see him like Virat Kohli playing in Chinnaswamy, and I feel that it's very special because it's more than an inning, it's always an emotion, and we don't know how much time do we really have with him because कभी भी कोई भी उठ करके 5-9 दिल्ली का लड़का किसी का भी साथ दे सकता है. कहो MS धोनी के साथ अनाउंस कर दे, कहो रोहित शर्मा के साथ अनाउंस कर दे, ये डर हमेशा रहता है. बट व्हाटएवर टाइम वी आर हैविंग विद विराट कोहली, आई थिंक ही इज गिविंग एवरीथिंग टू इट बिकॉज आज भी काफी एनर्जेटिक दिख रहे थे ऑन द फील्ड. आई रिमेंबर जब फील्डिंग भी कर रहे थे उसमें ही वाज कॉन्स्टेंटली mocking players and trying to create that kind of energy, and then from batting as well he has played some commendable shots. It feels like अभी भी एकदम प्रॉपर मिडल होता है भाई सब कुछ, और चिन्नास्वामी के बाहर उनको पता है कि एग्जैक्टली कितना एफर्ट डालना है to fall out of the boundary. So I sometimes feel personally that RCB is really lucky to have Virat Kohli, but as Indian fans we really loved his innings. How do you see that Kohli's inning? Jinan, first you, and then Varun, you can sum up about him.
आई थिंक चिन्नास्वामी ब्रिंग्स द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ हिम. वो जो एनर्जी और क्राउड रहता है और चिन्नास्वामी में, वो हमेशा उसके साथ मतलब कुछ कनेक्शन है. और वैसे आज भी आप उसके इनिंग्स देखेंगे, थोड़ा पेस किया ठीक है, अगर सॉल्ट आउट हो गए, द वे पडिक्कल बैटेड, और जब उनको दोनों मतलब एक दूसरे को वो लोग कॉम्बिनेशन में सिंगल्स रह रहे थे, पर विराट कोहली वाज अटैकिंग फ्रॉम लास्ट ईयर. ही हैज बीन अटैकिंग बैट्समैन, नॉट अनलाइक कि चल ठीक है सामने वाला अगर बैटिंग करेगा तो मैं थोड़ा स्लो करके फिर एंड में मैं एक्सीलरेट करूंगा. पर ये अभी ये 2 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ कि उन्होंने बहुत अटैकिंग क्रिकेट खेली है. एंड 61 इन अराउंड 30 या 40 बॉल्स का उनका आज रहेगा. तो एक्सीलेंट बैटिंग फ्रॉम विराट विद पडिक्कल ऑल्सो. कि लास्ट सीजन से वो आई थिंक 2 साल पहले आरआर में थे, तब इतना अच्छा बैटिंग नहीं हो रहा था उनसे, स्ट्राइक रेट भी लो था. बट आफ्टर दैट आरसीबी ने कॉन्फिडेंस दिया. लास्ट ईयर देखे और ये साल भी आप देखे, सो मतलब आरसीबी मैनेजमेंट के लिए एक है कि ट्रस्ट किया उन्होंने अपने प्लेयर्स पे, क्योंकि वहां पे वेंकटेश अय्यर भी इज आल्सो सिटिंग इन द डगआउट, जो आपको 2-3 ओवर्स दे सकते हैं एज अ सीमर. सो दे आर स्टक विद पडिक्कल की ओके, एंड या दैट्स ऑल.
आपको क्या लगता है वरुण अबाउट विराट कोहली हियर?
Yeah, just to add on that, I think he said that Virat Kohli is more of a very aggressive player now. And to be very honest, Virat Kohli has nothing to lose anymore, right? He retired from T20Is. So he's not trying to prove a point to anyone now. He's just going to be playing like the way he probably wished since he was a kid. Just go bang, bang, bang. And that's what he's doing right now. I think he's living his dream. He's just having fun out in the middle. And I think that's what's most important in a player of his caliber. And as you said, we don't know how many more years Virat Kohli is going to be playing this IPL or even cricket in general. So it's best to see the best out of him rather than just, trying to find a spot in like an international side anymore, because it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's great from Virat Kohli. And David Padikkal, I think RCB have really trusted him. I think he made his way into the RCB side, I think in 2019, 2020. Of course, he went to RR then, but they've always had some good hope on him. And RCB are the type of side who really don't keep Indian players for a very long period of time. I think Rahul Dravid was the second Indian who played the most games after Virat Kohli, and now it just might be one of Rajat Patidar or David Padikkal. I think if he does keep this up, absolutely excellent form in domestic cricket as well. So if he does keep this up, excellent timing, he might be another good player for RCB in the coming years as well.
Jinan, आज के मैच में we have seen Virat Kohli dropping a rare catch. I mean, I've never seen him. I think as have never seen him dropping a catch. And Aniket Verma was the batter. और हम जानते हैं कि उन्होंने भी कितना डिस्ट्रक्शन किया है from SRH side. 18 balls पे 43 runs. मध्य प्रदेश का लड़का. I was just looking for that. Who is this Aniket Verma? I did not heard about him much, but then I got to know that he has been a really rare talent. और आज कोहली का catch drop ने अनिकेत वर्मा को भी ट्रेंड करा दिया है Twitter पे. How do you see the talent of Aniket Verma, and how do you see him, being India's next gen cricketer?
आई थिंक रेंज ऑफ शॉट्स तो बहुत है अनिकेत वर्मा में. लास्ट ईयर भी देखा था कि वो पीछे मारते ऐसा जस्ट पुश करके, वेरी इंटेलिजेंट क्रिकेटर. और जब कैच उन्होंने विराट कोहली ने छोड़ा तो मुझे लगा कि 200 के ऊपर भी मतलब जा सकता था, 210 220, मतलब जैसे वो खेल रहे थे तब. तो मुझे लगा कि एक बार उनको मोमेंटम मिल जाएगा एसआरएच को. 210 इट वाज वेल इट चिन्नास्वामी 200 है, वी ऑल नो, बट 200 तक साइकोलॉजिकल एक हो जाता है कि इफ वी गोना चेज ऑन 10 रन पर ओवर के हिसाब से. बट कैच छोड़ने के बाद जो बैटिंग की ना उन्होंने 3 या 4 छक्के मारे थे. अगर कोई उनके सामने रहता, समवन लाइक नीतीश रेड्डी हु कैन अगर कॉम्बिनेशन में अगर दोनों रहते साथ में, इफ यू बैट एट 6-5 में कोई और बैट्समैन आ जाता तो 6-7 और ये 2 बैट्समैन तो 220 230 वाज पॉसिबल टुडे.
Great. Varun, how do you see Aniket Verma, the talent? You guys have only picked it up for us. We got to see such a great talent, and also the way he has been playing for the team. How do you see that addition?
I think last season he was mostly known as like a companion to Heinrich Klaasen in part of spin hitting a lot. But I think after the season, he's really improved on his pace hitting. He's been in the nets for a while. He's been with Madhya Pradesh for a very long time last season. The main objective of him coming in at 6 or 7 is to obviously play those death overs pretty well with Salil Arora on the other end. Heinrich Klaasen, I think, has been given a new role. I know he came in at number 5 today, but Daniel Vettori has confirmed he will be coming in at number 4 in the later games as well. So when you have a young raw player and Aniket Verma coming in at 6 or 7, you're not going to get much of a spin bowlers there. So you have to practice on pace, and I think that's exactly what he's done. I think he's shown his true skill set this game around, and I think Salil Arora, I do think Aniket Verma should come in a bit early, and then Salil Arora down at 7. I think this places should be swapped. This game, I think Salil Arora came at 6. I do think the places should be swapped in order for some good results. I think if Aniket plays more balls, since he has more experience with this team and he has more experience with the type of conditions that he was playing in the IPL, he would know how to score more runs at a more efficient rate. So I think Aniket Verma should come a bit earlier so we can see some good results for the
Also, he can set a target if he comes. Also, he can also set a target if he comes early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So said 220 was even possible if Aniket Verma kept going. And I think if he did come in at number 6, and if he would have gotten more deliveries to play, that would have easily caught up 220. Easily.
Absolutely. Lastly, I would like to talk about Ishan Kishan's captaincy, because personally in my end, Jiran, I felt कि 2 wides पर अपना review खर्च करना is not a nice captaincy. I felt he could have really saved it. Maybe अभी ऐसा तो मुझे कोई decision लगा नहीं जहाँ पर उनको use करने की जरूरत पड़ सकती थी. But one captain should be smart enough to, should not be giving their 2 decision review two wides. But how do you rate his captaincy?
आई थिंक वैसे तो कैप्टनसी में उन्होंने शायद मुश्ताक अली जीता है, तो थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस तो है लीड करने का. एंड मुझे तो ऐसा लगा कि उनको गेम थोड़ा स्लो करना था. द फर्स्ट वाइड ही हैज टेकन, बहुत फास्ट पेस में दोनों जा रहे थे और ही जस्ट वांटेड टू स्लो डाउन द गेम. मैं तो यूजुअली कोई कैप्टन वाइड के लिए रिव्यू ऐसा लेता नहीं है. सो एक टैक्टिकल मतलब एक हो सकता है कि थोड़ा स्लो करे, टैक्टिक्स फिर से देखे बॉलिंग का कि क्या कर सकते हैं हम करके. एंड आई जस्ट थॉट कि फर्स्ट गेम है, प्रेशर है फॉर अ बिग फ्रेंचाइज एसआरएच, तो थोड़ा प्रेशर में आज से, और विकेट कीपिंग से भी देखा क्योंकि 2 बाइज चले गए थे फोर्स के लिए और इसके लिए. बट आई थिंक हिल कम अराउंड. स्मार्ट क्रिकेटर है. एंड अगर पैट कमिंस ही विल बी मिस फॉर मोर देन 2 मैचेस, मिड अप्रैल तक नहीं है.
More than 4 to 5 matches.
more than 4 to 5 matches. Then I think he'll come around. उनको एक्सपीरियंस है कैप्टनसी का, तो आई थिंक ट्रस्ट तो अभी करना चाहिए.
Varun, how do you see the trust game? Because abhi, as you mentioned, कि 4 to 5 games तक Ishan Kishan continue करेंगे as SRH captain. But how do you rate your captain in today's match?
It is his first game. I don't think we can judge him too much. It's just that wicket-keeper faulting, which is running around in my head and it's annoying me. But I think basically Ishan Kishan, for this game at least, he didn't have a certain plan of what to do in the field or from the bowling's perspective. Obviously, as I said, there's only one-dimensional bowling, but there was seriously no plan involved in the captaincy today. Wherever the fielders were, I felt like the bowlers weren't really bowling to their field. Nitish Kumar Reddy in the power play, especially when he was bowling to David Padikkal onto the legs, he was just flicking them away for four or sixes. There were no fielders in that area where he was bowling.
Yeah.
So I think these are a few things where he does need to improve in, like talking to his bowlers. Um, at least talking with them to see where they want the fields instead of Ishan Kishan himself setting up his own fields. I think that's what Pat Cummins does the best. He reaches out to the bowlers and then he asks them, what field placements do you want? Because the bowler obviously has an idea what he wants to do, what he wants to bowl at what speeds and what line and lengths. So obviously the bowler has to be the leader and the captain has to follow his wishes and then he sets the field, is my opinion on what Cummins really does. And I think Ishan Kishan faltered on that part. But again, it's just the first game. There's still a pretty long journey to go. We'll see how it does. Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan combo does seem pretty nice as a SRH fan. Indian captain, Indian vice captain. We won't see this a lot as SRH fans, first of all. So hoping for the best, nothing more than that. I think Ishan Kishan will come good in the later part of the tournament.
I just wanted to ask if Zishan Ansari is fit, कि अगर वो खेल सकते तो मतलब एज अ wrist स्पिनर डिफिकल्ट है पिक करने के लिए, और लास्ट ईयर भी उन्होंने आई थिंक 3 to 4 मैचेस खेले भी थे. सो इफ दे गेट अ लेगी इन, सो थोड़ा मतलब वेरिएशन मिलेगा स्पिन डिपार्टमेंट में. आज एक फिंगर स्पिनर ही था लेफ्ट आर्म, और अगर सामने लेफ्टी बैट्समैन, इट्स वेरी इजी टू हिट. सो इफ कैन दैट दे कैन गेट अ लेगी.
So basically, what I've seen and what I've heard from the camp is that Zishan Ansari, that guy, he hasn't been too good in the nets. I think he's been trying to really focus on how to spin the ball rather than really focusing on his line and length. And that's where he's really faltering in the nets. He's bowling them fast. He's bowling them like darts.
Yeah.
But he's looking at how to spin the ball, and I think that's where he's getting smacked in the nets. More than Zishan Ansari, there is another bowler called Amit Kumar. He's been he's been in like the Jharkhand setup for around 7 to 10 years. He's been the net bowler for Australia, England, South Africa, all the overseas sides who visit India. So he has a lot of experience. He's done well in the practice games as well, really economical. But more than these two guys, I really rate Shivang Kumar very highly. I think I've spoken about him in the last meeting as well. He's a left arm spinner as well, but not as such as Harsh Dubey. While Harsh Dubey is sort of like a Chinaman finger spinner type of bowler with his left arm, Shivang Kumar, he really thrives on his googlies, and I think that was missing today. Shivang Kumar, once he bowls his ball onto the off stump and he just spins back in, I think that's what's really tricking the batsman, especially in the SRH camp and in the MPT20 league where he was playing with Aniket Verma as his teammate. He rated him very highly as well. I was actually pretty surprised why he didn't play today because of the weaknesses David Padikkal and Virat Kohli do have against his left arm spin, left arm Chinaman, left arm googlies. I was a bit skeptical on why they didn't play him. I'm not sure what Varun Aaron is thinking. I think he's still in this mindset where he wants to commentate for Star Sports, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I really hope for the best. I want to see Shivang play.
Yeah.
But I have a very personal question to ask you on SRH camp as well. Like initially when SRH started off with in this IPL, they were known to be a bowling heavy unit. Like उनके पास जो bowlers होते थे वो पूरे IPL में best हुआ करते थे. And now they have come to a point where the batting unit is heavy and their bowling is not. So do you see they are having a tough time in maintaining a good balance, because only then you will be able to win a tournament. If you are only one-sided heavy, the other side will always haunt you.
Yeah, I think back in 2016 as well, I wouldn't say there was much of a balance, but there was too good of a bowling attack back then and a good dependence on the openers, especially David Warner, right? Shikhar Dhawan, okay, but David Warner, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mustafizur Rahman, Bipul Sharma, all these bowlers, I think they've really pitched in well on those sorts of tracks. I think they knew the conditions well. And I think from 2015 to 2020, that was a golden period for the Sunrisers in terms of bowling styles and bowling changes. Daniel Vettori, when he was with RCB as well, they had a very strong batting core, but a very below average or average at best type of bowling, and that's why they have lost.
RCB ke paas, I remember.
Yeah, so I think that's the only reason why they lost the 2016 finals, is because they did not have a good enough bowling lineup, because bowling does win you tournaments. And when Daniel Vettori came into the side in 2024, that's exactly what he's done again. Right, he's focused more on the batting powers, and I think he did know that the pitches were gonna change eventually at Hyderabad, so he wanted to go for that impact. Cummins also knew the fact that if they do score 250, they just had to defend to 249.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they needed. And that's not going to work anymore, especially when teams and the coaches, the managements have saw this team for around 2 years. They know what's going to happen. As I spoke in the first few minutes of this meeting as well, they're mostly focusing on the slower deliveries, and it's not going to work every time. If you spam around 100 slow balls and 120 balls in the full innings, yeah, no, it's not going to be successful whatsoever. So I think Daniel Vettori in a bowling aspect is not good whatsoever. Mutai Muralitharan is there for some funds that he can put up in his business or something. I don't know what he's doing in the camp since almost what,
He's
10
been
years
for
now.
3 to 4 years. Yeah, 10 years.
I don't know what he's doing there. Varun Aaron, I think we'll give him a bit more time before I can judge him. But Daniel Vettori needs to change the way that he thinks as a head coach, because I do think if SRH do appoint another head coach, Daniel Vettori is going to be appointed as the director of cricket, like he was in
Yeah.
England for the Sunrisers franchises. So Daniel Vettori isn't going anywhere, but the mindset does need to change. Still early into the season, but as fans, of course, we have our frustration since 2025. So we just pour it out.
I think Varun forgot they got Rashid Khan when they were playing in the start. So Rashid
Yeah,
Khan
yeah.
was there with SRH and Bhuvneshwar Kumar and all these guys. So there were some experienced bowlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why SRH let Bhuvneshwar Kumar go, because
Rashid,
generally, if you
yeah.
ask, as an Indian bowler, if you see, before Bumrah, we knew Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and I could have never let Bhuvneshwar Kumar go from my team. But I don't know
Yeah.
what really
I mean,
SRH team thought about.
honestly,
But
I
yeah.
wouldn't really blame the franchise on losing Bhuvneshwar Kumar. I think it was just based on the auction tactics at the end of the day. I think
Yeah.
if Bhuvneshwar Kumar would have come in at least like the marquee set of bowlers in the first day, then they could have put up those 10 or 12 crores like they put on Mohammad Shami. But since he did come on the second day, and where
Hmm.
almost 8 out of 10 teams have just finished almost 70% of the budgets, and RCB had almost what 60 or 80 crores remaining. So they had the full freedom to pour their purse on some good balls like Hazelwood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So I wouldn't really fault that on the management for at least this one, but we should have done better than mega auction. I think there was too much inexperience and too much
Mm.
overconfidence in depending on two new players from last season.
चाहिए.
I think the
ठीक
change
है.
in RCB, mostly because they got Andy Flower as a coach back from 2 to 3 years. He has won everything from leagues from all over the world. So that was a very good decision by the RCB management to get
I
Andy
think
Flower.
another thing you're forgetting is that RCB's analyst, I think he's been with the side
But
for almost 4 or 5 years, and he's won around 3 or 4 cups in the last 2 years as well, especially with the Desert
CPL and
Vipers.
everything. Yeah, yes,
RCB
yes.
been qualifying a lot as well. So the analyst, Andy Flower, that combo is just going super
That
well for
combo
RCB.
is doing
They
very
deserve the
good right
success.
now.
They deserve the success.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything matters when it comes to winning the
Yeah.
trophy, and especially in the today's competitive cricket, where everything like data is everything now, and we can definitely count them in for that. And today, for this player of the match is Jacob Duffy as well. He has taken 3 wickets from
Yeah.
SRC side, and SRH ko kafi musibat hui. Though I remember Jacob Duffy, no one really counted him to be the man of the match, maybe because everyone thought, ki, oh, they don't have
But he
Josh Hazel
can,
go with Jacob Duffy, so I don't know what kind of performance he's gonna give. But he was man impactful because he has taken those 3 wickets at a pitch which is a belter of a wicket for the people who are gonna bat. But Jacob Duffy really did it. Were you expecting this kind of performance from Jacob Duffy, Arjunan?
आई थिंक न्यूजीलैंड के लिए अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे थे वो स्टार्ट में जब, और नंबर 1 आई थिंक T20 बॉलर में भी रैंकिंग्स में उनका टॉप 5 में है. सो पेस है उनके पास और अच्छा बाउंस भी है. और मैं जैसे बोला कि अभिषेक शर्मा को बिल्कुल उन्होंने क्रैम्प कर दिया, जरा भी रूम नहीं दिया, बाउंस पे रखे. और ट्रेविस हेड को भी उन्होंने एज अ लाइन एंड लेंथ उनका पहले से परफेक्ट था कि कहाँ पे बॉलिंग करनी है. एंड वो पावर प्ले के आई थिंक ही बोल्ड 2 ओवर्स इन द पावर प्ले where he'd taken 3 wickets more. Yeah, and
He bowled 3 overs in the power play. Yeah.
3 overs in the power play. Yeah, and
And then after the
yeah,
power play, he came in and bowled his fourth as well. Done.
both as fourth as well and gone.
Right. But were you like ready for this out of syllabus Jacob Duffy? Or did you felt he was the only differentiator because you guys didn't really prepared against him, right?
I mean, I think I've said this in the last meeting as well. I've got the info about 1 week ago saying that the Bengaluru pitch, since it's a fresh pitch, there's going to be a lot
Yeah.
of green grass on top, right? And I think Jacob Duffy has been practicing a lot of hit the deck balls before the game sessions and the practice sessions as well. And that's what Josh Hazelwood really thrived on. He hits the same line and lengths over and over and over again.
Over
He
and over
doesn't
again.
really watch on swing. He might get a bit of assistance, but what
Yeah.
he really focuses on is that hit the deck, line and length type of bowling, hit it up to the chest or helmet high, and he gets the wickets. And that's exactly
Reminds
what
us of Megrath. Reminds us of Megrath. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they really didn't feel the emptiness where Josh Hazelwood wasn't in the team because Jacob Duffy really filled in that role very well. There was a reason why he was the number one bowler in the world, and this is exactly the reason why he knows how to control a batting lineup such as this.
Absolutely. And I feel all in all, the match went well. It was a great banger of a start for IPL. RCB has won their first match. It was on Chinnaswamy. After so long, the match is back in Chinnaswamy. We knew what happened last time when they had this victory parade, but this time the matches have come back to Chinnaswamy. And I remember our team, Mr. Cricket, he was outside the stadium covering all those reactions. People were really emotional to see cricket coming back. And we know how emotional and how happy and how passionate cricket fans Chinnaswamy has, and it was clearly evident from the stands itself when fans were creating those kind of noises जहाँ पर cricketers को खुद ही सुनाई नहीं पड़ रहा था कि वो आपस में क्या बात कर रहे हैं. But that's what Chinnaswamy is known for. We are happy that they are back, but we will be back tomorrow as well to talk about more and more cricket. Tomorrow we have Mumbai versus Kolkata Knight Riders, and tomorrow we'll be adding some more fans to talk about the same matches. So don't wait. Come back to Mr. Cricket UAE. Check out our Instagram and website for everything you want to know. और कल हमारे पास होंगे stadium से live Anis sir as well. So we'll be back, Jinan. I think you're also back tomorrow, right, for Mumbai match?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be back and see you very soon.
Yeah. Bye.